What's going on, guys? It's mangobanana and welcome back to Lowkey OP. In today's video we're going to be covering a Pkm class for Warzone, and the Pkm is low-key OP in my opinion because mainly people just don't use LMGs in general that much in Warzone. Like, I've only come across maybe a couple players that have used LMGs, at least custom loadouts, use the floor drop LMGs, but I rarely see people using their own loadout LMGs, so that's why I think they are low-key OP. And the PKM, in my opinion, is the best LMG because it has I'm pretty sure the largest magazine capacity at 200 rounds, and it starts off at 100, but then it can go up to 150 or 200 once you unlock those attachments. The attachments I like to use on it are the suppressor, specifically the monolithic suppressor. I think it's just, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that this is basically the best suppressor because it increases your damage range and also keeps you off radar, which is super important. I use the 26.9 inch extended barrel because increases the damage range again and the bullet velocity, so you can kind of use this a bit longer range, which is the main, medium range to long range is the kind of the area you want to be using this gun. It still does okay at close range, but medium range is really good, and then using this barrel is going to help you a bit at the longer ranges, which is how I want to use this gun. And this barrel also helps with the recoil control a bit, so it's going to help you help the gun to be a little bit more accurate. Again, especially at those longer ranges versus, the 25.9 inch barrel doesn't help you with that. So that's why I choose it over the heavy barrel. So again, as I mentioned before, I'm using the 200 round belt, and this is because, obviously, especially in Warzone, I feel like it's important to have just the largest capacity possible, since it's going to take a little bit longer to kill people than in regular multiplayer. And if there's a couple teams that run up, you want to have, you don't want to be caught reloading, especially like LMG where it takes a while to reload. So having a 200 round clip just makes it so you basically don't have to reload at least one or even probably two fights, to be honest. I wanted something that helps more with the recoil control, so that's why I chose the snatch grip. And I chose the snatch grip as well because it also actually increases your aim down sight speed, which is going to be helpful because a lot of the attachments we use decrease your ADS. So the snatch grip helps to negate a little bit of that. I personally use the thermal optic because thermal is just super powerful in Warzone because there's basically no range cutoff at the moment. If you just move your sight around, you can basically scan the area, unless people have cold-blooded. There's a few people using that now, but it's still worth it for the people that don't use cold-blooded because you can basically see exactly where people are at. This is also another reason why I made the gun a bit more geared toward being like accurate and increasing the bullet velocity there with the barrel, so that it works a lot better at that long range where you can see people long range with the thermal, and then the attachments allow you to pick them off at that range. Yeah, so that's basically the setup for the PKM. Now, secondary weapon, I like running RPG just to help with vehicles or if people are in buildings. But yeah, either RPG or Renetti Akimbo is probably your go-to at the moment. For perk 1, I personally like using EOD rather than cold-blooded. Those are basically the only two I would really use. I find EODs a little bit more helpful since obviously a lot of people use RPG and C4, of course, as I'm going to recommend. And why C4 obviously destroys vehicles. I'm pretty sure most people know this by now. Helps you. It's super good for taking out vehicles. And also just people that are, in buildings or windows, you can just throw it in and, break their shield. And then second perk, I use Ghost. And I think it's just the best perk. Perk 2, it takes you off heartbeats, which a lot of people use. Most people probably use. And, UVs come in once in a while. But the bigger thing is for me is heartbeat sensors are super prevalent. Perk 3, I use amps. Helps you swap weapons faster, which is quite important with this gun, to be honest, because LMGs do swap quite slow. So you kind of need to have amped. I wouldn't really think anything else is really useful for this class setup. So that's why I use amped. And then also, if you are using RPG, reload faster. And tactical, heartbeat sensor is just the best tactical at the moment. Like unless they change it, it's literally unbeatable in this category. Like you have unlimited uses of it. You can just, if you get it early in the game, you can just keep using it and it's not going anywhere. And it's basically like a little UAV. Anybody who's not running goes is gonna be on it. It's just super necessary at this point in the game, unless they change that. So that's basically the class setup, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know, all that stuff. And stay fruity, be smoothie.